What up, chat? What's going on, y'all? Going to war with Chicago. What's going on? What up, Kylie? What up, Delia? What's up, Heather? You got volume? There we go. We're good now. What's up, Serenity, Ram J, Kristen? How we doing, y'all? Oh, fuck. I forgot about my coffee. What's up, y'all? Give me a sec. I swear to God, it won't take as long as usual. Give me a sec. Gotta get my coffee. Chat, we need some taps on the screen. Right now. Hello, 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 y'all. Happy Saturday. Let's get the 10K taps real quick, y'all. What's up, Candy Shark? What's up, YouTube? Guys, don't forget to thumbs up on YouTube. My water's boiling, y'all. Give it a sec. Papa Pickles needs his coffee. I need my bean water. What up, Oslo? I need my bean water, chat. I can't be the first one to say bean water. Is that a saying for coffee? The bean juice. I already boiled this water and forgot about it. So we're reboiling it. Twice boiled water. That's the secret to good coffee, y'all. Am I East or West Coast? I'm in Dallas. I'm right in the middle. I have an electric kettle. That's what I'm using. Twice boiled, yeah. You peasants out there probably drink single boiled coffee. Well, I use Trump's tax breaks when you file your taxes. I have no choice, and I have no choice to pay the tariffs that Trump imposed too, which are also taxes. So, if you just read any sort of economic data, you'll see that your after-tax income is now lower and rich people's is higher. Twice boiled coffee, chat. Did I ever get around to Super World? I did. I played Super World for about an hour last night. There you go. Cook that water, baby. Cook that water. What tariffs am I paying? Just about anything I order on Amazon's got tariffs. So just about everything I buy. There you go. Kamala is a genius. I don't know if she's a genius, but she's wonderful. Trump's definitely not a genius. He's a self-proclaimed genius. He's definitely not a genius. He's profoundly stupid. He's fucking really stupid. What's up, Becca? Yeah, we got a Chemex going, guys. Oh yeah, chat. This is actually coffee from New Mexico, from Kenneth and Laura. If she was a genius, she would have won. I don't think intellect had anything to do with why someone won. She didn't. She wasn't genius enough to say they're eating the cats and the dogs. You're right. Wasn't genius enough to come up with tariffs that were paid by other countries. All right, y'all. Guys, I do want to make a special announcement for all of the people out there wondering how my personal life's going. I did just buy a electric scooter, so I probably will be the most popular person in town here soon. So, women, please don't flood my inbox. Super annoying. Dudes too. Just, you know, leave me be for a sec. My bad, already DM'd you. All right, y'all. Sassy men and baby mamas hate Trump. Prove me wrong. Is that you again? I think hyper masculine, insecure men vote for Trump. Extremely insecure, fragile ego men vote for Trump. Angry, anti-intellectual redneck men. Single moms raise sassy sons. I don't know if there's any data that shows single moms yield any sort of political party. Who does this like? Trump reminds me of Napoleon, like Napoleon complex, but not smart at all. The tariffs are good. Chat, we are looking for Trump supporters. If you want to debate, hop in the box. Come tell me why you like Trump. Hello?
Oh, yes. Hi there.
Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I voted for Trump.
What do you like about Trump?
Well, I mean, I wanted to, I wanted to point out, like, I was very impressed with the debate with RFK and Elizabeth Warren. I was really happy that RFK was, really pointing the hypocrisy of many of the Democrats. Did you see that debate by any chance, or it was a Senate hearing this week?
Dude, if you guys scrutinized RFK as much as you did Fauci, you guys wouldn't like RFK. RFK is like the most problematic
Well,
dumb health professional I've ever
I don't
seen.
care what you think about him. Did you hear the debate?
No, what happened in the debate? What did he get on Elizabeth Warren?
Well, if you get a chance, if you and your viewers get a chance to look at the video of the Senate hearing, basically Elizabeth Warren was chastising RFK. How dare you not make, C vaccines available, blah blah blah, and he kept on saying, well, there's no evidence that these vaccines are even good for children, and she didn't want to hear it. And then he's like, "Well, we know you're getting paid $850,000 by big pharma. Is
She's
that why
not.
you're promoting it?"
She's not.
And
That was a
well,
lie. And you can look it up. You can
I'm
look it
really
up.
great.
Did you know that? That's public information.
No, it's not
So
it's
so
not a
what
lie.
he was alluding to, actually, I remember this now.
Well,
This
whatever the
is what he
case
was
is,
alluding to, Just Jay. This is what smart people do. They go and Google these things, and then they see that Elizabeth Warren hasn't taken any money from Big Pharma. And what he's talking about is when somebody, like an individual, makes a donation to a political campaign, that person marks down their profession. And if somebody's in the healthcare profession and they donated to her, that's what he's talking about. It doesn't mean Big Pharma donated to her. So
Okay, well, let's say I'll give you the W for that. I'll give you the W for that because I don't know enough about that. But Bernie Sanders was also in on it, so he kept on saying, but there's no evidence that the C vaccine
yeah, every
benefits
every
young
country on earth
children.
has already
And she
resolved
was
this, right? Every country on earth has already done this. They've done all the science. Nobody else is arguing. Just y'all. Just y'all. I don't know what science you really need to see to know what was safe and effective, but it's all there now. There's no evidence that it's
well, the
bad for
science
anybody.
showed the science showed that the C vaccine was giving children myocarditis that were otherwise healthy.
Myocarditis.
That's a fact.
Okay, no, it was not. It was the chances of you getting myocarditis were about similar of the chances of you getting it from COVID. So that's what they were saying. There was no negative
The
to taking the
science
COVID
shows
shot
that
as a child.
more kids died in bicycle accidents than COVID. Why are we forcing? Why is Elizabeth Warren trying to mandate the COVID vaccine?
How many people died from polio last year?
I don't have that number.
Should we still be taking that vaccine?
Um, you know, I often wonder, why should we be subjecting ourselves to vaccines when there's no prevalent threat? Now, I know that doctors will say,
Because
or the medical
it's called
system will
herd
say,
immunity.
I know the medical system will say, oh, then I'll resurge and so on and so forth. But until the but we're not really talking about the
We're
polio
testing your
vaccine. I'm
logic,
talking about
right?
I'm,
This one vaccine stands out for you for no reason. You guys are obsessed with
are
it.
you
You have nothing
comparing
but doubt surrounding it.
the are you comparing COVID to polio? I mean,
I'm
amongst
carrying
little children.
vaccines. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
we're
comparing
testing
your
your logic
logic
too.
to taking vaccines. If you don't understand how immunity works, that's on you. If you want to go around pee your pants and do whatever, that's on you. But the liberals on the left, we all bought into like what the science was saying. We just looked at studies. That's what we do. We don't listen to political
Well, liberals
heads.
on the left don't seem to they don't seem to be interested in giving people the option to opt out of something
They got the option to take a test.
My body, my choice.
Yeah, they got to just take a test.
Yeah.
Instead of take a
Well,
vaccine.
anyway, I was really impressed. I was really impressed with how RFK. I mean, not
Until
impressed.
you
I
heard
think
the
it just said it.
correction. You heard
think it said it all,
the
but
propaganda that he spewed. It confused millions of constituents
there
just
was no
like you.
propaganda.
You're impressed with
You didn't even
that?
listen to the video, bro. You didn't even
You're
hear the
impressed with
video.
him
There's no propaganda.
misleading you into thinking Miss Elizabeth Warren's getting paid by Big Pharma?
I think that you're the one that's being misled.
Yeah, you want to look at the fact check on it?
My only comment was that if you heard the Senate hearing, it's obvious that Warren and Bernie are
It's
not
not.
on our side.
It's okay.
I
Well,
think
it's not
RFK
obvious because I just shot
RFK
back with
serves
that
your
information.
interest. RFK serves your interest and my interest better.
No, he does not.
And
He is a conspiracy theorist. He is not a health professional. He went through college on heroin. He cheated on his wife so many times that she unalived herself when she found out.
Wait, what's the definition of a conspiracy theorist? Tell me that.
Somebody who believes in unfounded claims, even though there's evidence pointing to the otherwise. So, like, did you know RFK still thinks that vaccines cause autism and a mercury-derived preservative called thimerosal causes that? And he says that these are still in our vaccines today. They haven't been in our vaccines since 2001. We have all the data that shows they do not cause cancer, but he still maintains that. And he loves saying that because it gets a lot of attention and strikes a lot of fear in unknowing people like you.
Well, you cannot deny that there was a 10,000-fold increase in autism just at the time the vaccine course went from 6 to over 70. There's a correlation there.
Yeah, we started diagnosing it. We started knowing what autism was. Yeah, we started knowing what autism was.
No, I'm sorry, but
when did we start diagnosing autism, Bub? When did we start doing that widespread? I know many adults in my life who never got diagnosed, including myself.
Host, the rate, yes, we got better at diagnosing autism, but it didn't go up 10,000-fold because of our improved ability.
So you randomly arbitrarily blame vaccines? We have evidence to show that it's not vaccines, but you're stuck on the vaccine thing, like RFK. That's the damage he's doing to our country. That's what he's doing. That's what's bad. Florida just rolled back all vaccine mandates. That's not good.
I'm saying that there's a correlation. There's a correlation. I mean, is it
no causation correlation? There's nothing there. It's called science. We did this.
Right. Well, anyway, the COVID vaccine in particular is not in the same category as polio or a actual deadly disease for children. Yet Warren was insisting that that should continue to be.
Listen, all you guys want is the right to not believe in science or to have some sort of win in this whole thing with the COVID vaccine. You're not going to get any. There's no science that backs any of y'all's claims. You're all cuckoo.
I think that a science that takes away your right is not a science.
So now you admit that it's true, and now you just don't want it because you feel forced and you're scared.
What do I admit that's true?
You admit that even if the science is true, you're still just scared to take it because of what the politicians did to the vaccine. Their messaging around the vaccine is what got them votes.
I think that science needs any science that doesn't respect your right to put in of what you put in your body, your human right. You need to go back to the drawing board and get a science that respects that.
Okay, there's no such thing as science. Science, it doesn't have respect. It doesn't have agency. And
well, I don't like the fact that our politicians are making hundreds of thousands of dollars to follow science.
You're literally being misled, and I just showed you the facts.
Pickles, I know I'm not as smart as you, but I'm not that stupid either. I'm not that stupid. I mean, what's your definition of a conspiracy anyway? Do you believe that the Epstein files? Do you believe that in the Epstein conspiracy, but you don't believe in the vaccine? You like to pick and choose.
There is no conspiracy, right? With the Epstein thing, I don't have any solid beliefs around it besides the fact that there are absolutely victims, right? That it did happen.
Yes, I agree with you.
I don't say anything else other than Trump was really close with him. For a long time.
He was the it guy. He was the it guy. He was the P. Diddy of white rich people back in the day.
And Trump was besties with P. Diddy too.
A lot of people. Say that again?
Trump was good friends with P. Diddy too.
Yeah, Trump was friends with P. Diddy. All right.
It's pretty damning.
Yeah, that's fine. Um, I mean, look, you have celebrities like a lot of people were friends with Bill Cosby. A lot of people were friends with O.J. Simpson. I mean, famous people interact with each
Yeah,
other.
but
That
we don't
doesn't.
elect them to presidency.
Well, I mean, in politics, you got to choose a lesser of two evils, and
And the
in my
guy who
mind,
was
and
sexually adjudicated of
yes,
sexual abuse, the guy who had multiple fraud claims and 4,000 lawsuits and 30,000 lies in his first administration, that's the lesser of two
pickle.
evils. Kamala laughed a little
They
bit.
made a they made a law specifically in New York called the Adult Survivors Act that took the
No, you're wrong already. They didn't make any law specifically for Trump. You're talking about the Adult Survivors Act that was brought up as a result of the Catholic Church and Boy Scouts in New York touching little kids. And a bunch of the adult survivors came forward and wanted to pursue their assaulters. And they, in New York, gave them, it was a 1 or 2 year window to file their claims. And that's what they did. And E. Jean Carroll jumped on board. And she wasn't even going to until she sued him for defamation, because then that's when they forced her to prove that she was SA'd to win the defamation case.
right. I'm a little more concerned about Biden's daughter's diary and what
Why?
she had to say about her father. And
Why are you more concerned about that?
His son's nickname. I'm not really concerned. I just think it's all bullshit. But that's just as much bullshit as the E. Jean Carroll thing. That's for sure. Actually, I take that a little more seriously.
I think in a
the
court of
Tyree
law, like I
situation.
think it's a little hard to liken a diary where the chain of custody was insane, and Ashley came out and wrote a statement to the judge saying that people said misleading things about people that she loved. If you look at the diary, their numbers, the pages are numbered. The one with the showering stuff was made up. It was on 4chan. It was plugged into like page 14. It doesn't exist in the original PDF. That is debunked.
Well,
What you're talking about was actually proven in a court of law with 7 jurors, and they all said the same thing. And Trump lied like all the time. He lied about not meeting her. He lied about she didn't even. He's never met her. And then he pointed at her. He goes, "That's my ex-wife. That's Marla."
Okay, let me ask Pickle. Let me ask you an honest question. Do you honestly believe you honestly trust E. Jean Carroll?
Yeah. You trust Trump? Last week he said he says the most egregious lie just about every day, and you believe him.
I definitely don't trust E. Jean Carroll. I mean, 30
Wow.
years later, this woman comes out right in election time. You believe that? Come on, you're smarter than that. That's
She didn't come out.
Nonsense.
She wrote a book in 2018 or 19.
Of course, she wrote a book,
and Trump exploded on Twitter and tweeted 40 times about it. That's what got notoriety. And he tweeted 40 times, and he called her a horse face.
Like a victim. She didn't sound like a very good victim to me in the View.
Does somebody who's
when
innocent?
When I get my 70 million, I'm going to share it with you guys. That doesn't sound like a credible.
Believe me, if I got raped and I sued my perpetrator, I would share with my friends too.
Well, I mean, to me, that was not a credible allegation, by any stretch.
Okay, well, 7 jurors thought so.
Okay, I live in New York City. You walk around in Manhattan, 9 out of 10 people hate Trump.
Jeez, I wonder why. Jeez, I wonder why. Because they grew up in New York and they know Trump?
Because they're highly educated, and that's what their schools tell them to do.
No school is doing coaching on who to hate.
It's a cultural thing. It's not even direct. It's a cultural phenomenon.
It's not a phenomena. What the phenomena is that you guys think people have a thing called Trump derangement syndrome and are completely immune to any criticism of your leader. Everybody who doesn't take your side is literally sick.
I voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, and
I get the song. I get this poem every day. I voted for Clinton. I voted for Obama.
I could tell you the things I don't like about Trump if you really want to know. I just think he's literally the lesser of two evils of the choices I had.
Can you explain to me the horrible wrongdoings of Kamala Harris that made you decide that somebody who could have grabbed a woman by the pussy, could have tried to steal the election with fake slates of electors, definitely had secret classified documents in his house and didn't want to give them up for a year and a half, definitely paid Stormy Daniels to have sex and then use campaign finance fraud to fund it. And then got Michael Cohen arrested and all of his friends arrested and put in prison, and then he pardoned them all too. That guy's innocent for sure. E. Jean Carroll, who writes books, she's a liar.
I didn't think she was a credible witness. And
7 jurors,
you know,
good.
grabbing by the pussy, like you've never said anything worse in your whole life. Tell your audience you've never said
I've never said anything like that. And let me give you the full quote.
Okay, well,
when you're this rich, you don't have to ask. You can just do it. I just start kissing. And he's like, I moved on her like a dog. She was a bitch. Right. I grabbed her by the pussy.
What about when? Well, I guess you weren't really bothered by Hunter calling his. What was the nickname that he gave his dad? Pedo Paul or something like that.
I've never heard of that.
Don't tell me you never heard of that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look. At the end of the day, what didn't I like about Harris? I didn't think she was. I didn't like the way she kept on making the same speech over and over again. And she just
the one about the late great Hannibal Lecter.
I didn't hear that story.
Yeah, Trump said just about every time he was in a rally, he talked about the late great Hannibal Lecter endorsing him. Everybody was confused as fuck because Anthony Hopkins isn't dead. He doesn't endorse Trump at all. He's Scottish.
The difference between Trump and Harris is Trump, when he makes speeches, he goes off the cuff. He doesn't follow a script. A lot of the stuff
and it's horrible.
Could be silly. But I think it's worse that Harris makes the same 90 speeches to the different audiences, but just tweaks her accent depending on who she's talking to. To me, that was more of a turn off.
The guy who falsely claimed that people were eating the cats and the dogs and claimed that certain types of people are vermin and poisoning the blood of the country, that turns you off less than Kamala code switching.
I mean, look, everything Trump said wasn't exactly on point every time, but when Kamala Harris was taking psalms from the Mao Zedong dynasty and saying joy to everybody, joy, that was a clear wink to communism, and that was no accident, especially since her father was a communist professor.
Oh my God! Who do you think
her influences are?
My dad's MAGA. That doesn't matter.
Right. I mean, look, these are the things that bother me. I'm not telling you I'm the sharpest tool in the shed, but those things definitely bug me. But you know, paying $5 for gas, $6 for gas bugged me. The economy.
But then you should hate Trump.
Inflation 9% bugged me.
You should hate Trump then.
Look, neither of those candidates are perfect. But hey, before my phone actually cuts out, it was a pleasure speaking with you. I wish you all the best, and maybe I'll give you a follow.
All right, man. Take it easy. Thank you. Most countries, she is solidly center right. I agree. Communist? Dude, I've never been so... Oh, you didn't vote for her because she's a communist? Hello?
Hey, Pickles, how we doing?
Doing good. Are you a Trump supporter?
Not exactly, but I just need something to tell you really important.
Uh-huh.
About this whole FBI informant thing.
Okay.
I'm sure you've heard a lot today.
Yeah.
All right. You need to find out who was the FBI director when all this happened. It's really interesting.
Okay.
It happens to be Robert Mueller.
Oh,
you might have heard of him. Yeah, so apparently Robert Mueller was the boss of Donald Trump if he was an informant. Very interesting, isn't it?
I don't know. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
So what you're saying is like they're claiming that he was an informant and he's definitely not.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
In fact, they could even talk to Robert Mueller and ask him, was this guy on your payroll? No, not really.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you. Thank you, SL.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
You too. Yellow?
Hello?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah,
Are you over 18?
yeah.
What do you like about
May
Trump?
12th, 2006. Personally, I just think that he's the lesser of two evils.
Okay, what is the most evil thing Kamala did?
Uh, hmm. Let me think about it. Probably just saying the same shit over and over again, calling it speeches. Um, not really saying that she has a plan for when she becomes president.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Do you remember the debate when she asked Trump what his plan was for the economy, and he said he had concepts of plans? She called him out on that. If you go to his webpage, I'll show it to you right now. It's a 16-page plan called Agenda 47. It literally looks like an 8th grader wrote it, and it has no specifics at all for the economy at all. And Kamala had an 82-page plan. It was a PDF. It was beautiful. She sat down.
Wait, do
with.
you use Bing? Do you use Bing?
I'm sorry.
Do you use Bing, the web browser?
No,
Oh, that's probably why.
because I need a different web browser.
Yeah, you need to use Bing.
Okay.
Yeah, like every other web browser redirects you to a different website. Peep game and lock in.
All right, bro.
6-7.
Yeah, for sure. I'll bookmark Bing, and while I'm at it, I'll get Ask Jeeves as backup. Appreciate you.
Yeah, maybe try not Kahoot. What the fuck is that purple web browser
Opera.
called?
Yeah.
No, not Opera. The purple one.
I don't know. I gotta go. Yeah, Bing is an L browser. If y'all use Bing, that's pretty bad. Hello?
I'm here.
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
You better betcha.
What do you like about Trump?
So, you said that Kamala had a plan and Trump didn't?
Yeah.
Or Trump's was written by an 8th grader?
Mhm.
That's great, dude.
You want to read it with me?
I'd like you to read it, yeah. I'm unfamiliar with it. You're telling me
I
a
know.
billionaire that Trump's not as smart as Kamala. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Boy,
Yeah.
let's just ponder that for a second. So your statement on the air in front of all your guests, 471 and counting, is that Harris is superior in intelligence than Donald Trump.
By a landslide. Yeah. Do you think do you think that
Great.
magnets
You can go into comedy.
Do you think magnets go poof underwater?
Do I think magnets what underwater?
Do they go poof underwater?
I don't know what poof is. What do you mean?
I don't either, but Trump said it at a speech. He thinks that when you put magnets underwater, they stop working. He talked about it in a speech. Do you think that we should nuke a hurricane, or that Puerto Rico has its own president, or that there were airports in the Revolutionary War?
I think there was airports in the Revolutionary War. Yeah.
No, there were not airports in the
There-
Revolutionary War.
Right. And Trump said that.
Yes.
So do you understand what your previous guest point was about going to that other website? You're getting your information from Google and Gaggle and Tic Tac and
These
and
are just
Fuckbook
videos
and
of
all
Trump.
that.
These are just videos of Trump.
These are people that Zuckerberg has come out and said he was harassed by the Biden campaign or the
All right,
Biden party.
Stop. You're a hypocrite.
This is
Stop.
fact. You pull up Zuckerberg's comment.
I know. So what you're going to have to do
So,
is convince me
there-
that a president who was not in power had some sort of leverage over Mark Zuckerberg.
Wait,
even
I'm
when they
gonna
were.
add-
Hold on.
Can
And you're going to have to convince me that this is worse than Trump literally writing executive orders, suing colleges and law firms for the same reason you're crying about.
Trump is a disruptor. I couldn't be more pleased with him.
So
Just
there
let me
you go.
ask
You're just a hypocrite.
No, but let me ask you a question. Do you think, you obviously think that Harris would have done a better job? Do you think you were lied to by Harris and Biden and everyone around them, all of them, shitty shit, AOC, all of them that said what a fantastic guy Biden was? Do you feel that you were lied to? Yes or no?
No. And
No?
here's the thing.
So you weren't lied
Lying
to.
lying is not a deal breaker for y'all, so don't even try with me. Trump lied yesterday, literally yesterday again. Y'all bought this thing where other countries pay for these tariffs, right? This is the most egregious lie to me. He repeated this because I've had to deconstruct with y'all. I've had to teach MAGA for the last year how tariffs work, and none of y'all know. It's so much disinformation. I have to literally sit here and educate. It's not even enough time to actually debate. I have to sit here and teach y'all the truth about Trump's policies.
Educate me.
Yeah. Do you think that foreign countries pay for these tariffs?
Carol, I'll make it easier for you, or so we can move quickly. If my understanding is that we sell a country something, and they charge us for the $100 car, they charge us $120 to let it in our country. When they sell something to us, they'll sell us something at $100 and we pay $100. So we're getting shorted $20.
You're literally negative 30 IQ in this already. No.
I'm trying to stipple it down for you because you're the fucking pinhead, dude. So apparently you forget.
You just said that entirely wrong, all the way.
Okay, so explain it to me, genius.
Okay,
because you're fucking brilliant. The guy
I feel like a genius.
Don't feel like you were being lied to.
I feel like a genius.
Kamala and all the other fucking
I've
people.
literally had to explain to y'all what you voted for all day.
But go ahead. You explain to me the fucking tariffs, you fucking sizzle lips.
Yeah, sure. So
go ahead.
Yeah, so when Trump places a tariff on China and a company here buys a thing from China, we have to pay Daddy Trump a tax, 30%. We have to pay Daddy Trump. So if I buy this Topo Chico from China and it was $5, now it's like $7. All right. And that extra $2 goes to Daddy Trump.
You Scott, that was a simple,
think
real
other countries pay that tax?
What was going on before Trump came around?
I'm not. No, hold on. We're still teaching about tariffs.
China don't let us sell our fucking cars there, you shithead.
Yeah. Why would they want them? They make better cars than we have for 13 grand. They're smart cars you can move with your fucking phone. Why the fuck would they want our cars? I don't know why he's muted.
You can stay on the Trump train, or you can get on the Trump train. The Democrats will never win another election with what they're doing. They got a few fools like you that
you're
are
grandstanding.
but
you don't have anything to say. You're just grandstanding,
dude. Understand that. You guys were going to get your teeth kicked in even worse come the midterms. So prepare for it. Put your diaper on because you're going to be shitting your pants.
I have a good feeling you don't know what to say what I just said, so you're just saying that.
Yeah. I mean, I've had enough. You want to try to have a conversation, and you're telling me that you don't feel that you were wronged by all of the fucking Democrats by the fact that Biden was okay.
I would roll Biden out in it as a dead corpse and let him serve as president before Trump.
Okay, so you would roll him out as a dead corpse and serve before Trump.
Yes.
So let me say that. Let me keep saying that until it fucking sinks in your fucking pinhead that you have, because you are fucking tarded, dude.
Can't say that word, bozo.
I would rather roll out Biden's dead corpse than have Trump.
All right, we can't use slurs. Again, the second you stop debating, you just grandstand and start auditing the tone of our conversation or how the next election's going to go. I don't feel like you've won the conversation. I feel like it's every time. This is why y'all lost. This is why you're going to lose. When you start saying that, I consider it a win. I consider it a win for me every time.
Hey.
Hello. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
All right. What do you like about Trump?
Well, I'm a huge Bitcoin dude. He Bitcoin went up 60% under him.
Didn't it dip again?
What was that?
Didn't it dip again? It's not 60.
No, it went up 60% since he won the election.
Cool. I don't know. That's cool and all. Not all of us have Bitcoin.
Well, that's the reason you guys are fucking broke. You guys don't have Bitcoin.
Do I look broke?
I mean, you got a nice setup, but majority.
Democrats produce 70% of this country's GDP. Y'all are the broke ones.
Bitcoin went up 60% under Trump. Let me. How many times do I have to say that for that to go through your skull?
Okay, we have Bitcoin too.
Okay, but Trump was the reason it went up 60%
Okay,
since he won election.
he's also got a Bitcoin, and you know that if you know anything about blockchain or anything like that, you know that he's got a meme coin and that he can receive donations anonymously from anybody, and
He's
even
the
hold
most pro.
and even hold contests to have dinner with him, depending on how much you give him.
Listen, old sport, listen. He's the most pro crypto president ever.
I don't care.
The most
He's
politicians,
the most
old sport.
He's the most
Old sport.
He's the most fraudulent, like, con artist
I don't
president.
care.
I don't care if
I don't
you're
care.
if you're
He's
making
the
a bunch
one
of
that brought
money
wealth to
at the
Bitcoin.
detriment of our country.
Old sport. He's the one that fucking brought. He's the most pro crypto.
I'm gonna
president
steal
ever.
this old sport saying from you, by the way. You motherfucker.
You better not steal it. The fact is, Bitcoin. Trump's the most pro Bitcoin president ever. Most politicians want to fucking.
All right, Harold. I literally want to punch drywall and kick a fat kid in Kmart.
What the fuck? Why?
Get out of here, dude. I'm not doing this. Stop. A taped live talk about what?
Hello?
Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
All right. What do you like about Trump?
It's basically the same reason you guys like Biden. And you said it yourself. You would rather roll in a dead president than support Trump. So in reality, we all have to face the fact that we're your opposition. You're our opposition. There's always going to be an us against them, and it's never going to change.
Sure, it's healthy to have two parties, but I think it's also good to criticize our government and
Oh,
to
100%.
also be able to like see through the noise of all the lies Trump is saying. And I think that it's much better to function as a nation where the rest of the world respects us, etc. I don't think this is just like my team versus yours. Like if Mitt Romney was president today, I would not be doing this. I like John McCain. I wouldn't give a fuck. But this is totally different. We are on the brink of fascism, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion, and the experts of fascism, they've all moved out of the country. It's pretty scary. So this isn't just as, you know, my team versus yours. This is something I feel like we should talk about. And the more I talk to people who voted for him, the more I figure out that y'all really have no idea what's going on.
Well, what's the lesser of the two evils? Communism or
Well,
fascism?
who's a communism? Who's pushing for
I mean,
communism?
Look, the ideology behind liberalism, you ever seen the circle where it goes liberalism, fascism, you know, it goes all the way around to start backward, to basically begin where it started. Like there's always like Mao and who's the Venezuelan president? A lot of these presidents who under communism, Cuba, destroyed their
Yeah, I know.
everything.
And what he would love for y'all to believe is that we're communists and that we would lead you there. And here's the truth, okay? You talked about the Overton window. This is communism. This is fascism. Okay?
Yes,
Here's
yes.
capitalism. Okay? Here's Trump. Here's like Canada. Here's the UK. Here's the United States, bro. Right here. That's the US. We are so far from communism. We have to hit socialism first. We have to be against capitalism. No one's in our politics is against capitalism. Nobody.
Look at him. What's his name? Amdani.
Yeah,
the
he's a
new-
capitalist.
He's a hardcore. He's a communist.
He's talking about wealth. He's talking about programs and co-ops and all that stuff. But he's not going to change the government and the whole picture of the United States into a communist country. He's talking about putting bus programs together for public transportation. We're not going to slip and fall into fucking communism and die. The reason Mao had all those people die wasn't just because of communism or anything like that. It was because they fucked up and they went around and killed all of the birds, and then all of the bugs came and fucked up all of their plants, and then they died. It's not just communism. It's dumb people with dumb ideas like Trump and his tariffs.
I think when it comes down to the us against, or me against you, us against them mindset, is that no, someone always thinks they're more right than the other. Someone always has the moral high ground. Someone's always trying to shame and blame the other party. And there's just no way around it. Every single politician
You're not going to
across
same
the
sides
board.
this. No one's same siding this. Trump is like a 12 out of 10 and problematic. He's the most controversial person that walks the earth. And you're not going to just like minimize this to my side versus your side. It's always going to be like this. We'll always disagree. No.
So let's say JD Vance wins the next election. You know what people are going to say? You're just another Trump because you supported this. So it's never going to end.
No, we're a little more familiar with JD Vance, and no, it's not just another Trump. JD Vance is a little more dangerous, in my opinion. JD Vance hated Trump, and Peter Thiel funds JD Vance, and he also owns Palantir. So pretty much just this giant techno oligarchy that's partnered up with Trump to get him to win, even though JD Vance fucking hates him. JD Vance can't stand Trump, dude. Called him Hitler.
So my point's made. You're never, ever, ever going to be a Republican. In
No.
your mind, it's my side, fuck the other side.
No, it's
That's
not.
all I've
It's
heard.
not that simple. I just look at like legislation. Hey, this legislation is good. Hey, this party's good for the economy. This party's bad for the economy. Historically, it's like a no-brainer. The Republicans have nothing to offer. Democrats are always better for the economy. We create 50 to 1 jobs than Republicans. You guys handled the last 8 out of 9 recessions. You guys explode the deficit. You guys always cut funding and deficit spend like a motherfucker. And Trump's responsible for like 30 or 40% of this nation's debt alone. Himself, the man who paints himself orange.
Well, I look at it in terms of this as well. I don't agree with I don't worship him as my Lord and Savior. You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with everything he's done. Nobody with common sense agrees with anyone.
No,
You know,
I think that I think the pain he causes us makes you okay with the horrible things he's done.
See, there goes, I'm going to guilt you into submission, and it doesn't work anymore.
No,
You guys
this isn't
overplayed
guilt.
your hand.
I'm just telling you.
overplayed your hand.
What are
I'm
you
going
talking
to
about?
shame you into being a Trump. It doesn't work that way anymore.
No, I know you guys are
overplayed
immune
your
of
hand.
you
You
guys are
overplayed your
immune.
hand,
I'm sorry, we're
when
going to
you-
keep criticizing Trump. You guys did the same thing, Biden.
which is fine, but we didn't call you Nazis. We didn't call
You
you
call us
racist.
communists.
We didn't
We're
call
talking
you
about it right
bigots.
now.
You know, we didn't call you
You
bigots.
called
we
us
didn't call you.
communists.
Okay, so bigots, racist, like it's like not all of us are that way.
Listen,
and
bigotry and racism just isn't a deal breaker, and that is a truth. That's objective truth. Like when Trump says that they're rapists and they're criminals, some of them I believe are good people, and then he says they're
I'm
poisoning
sure,
the blood of the
definitely.
country, and then he says that they're vermin, and says they have bad genetics. He literally quotes Hitler. This isn't something. This is literally pulling families apart, getting people divorced because you either have to be okay with what he said, or you have to say no, that's not okay. I don't want a leader who says those things, and for society to have to deal with that. Because we are talking about it right now, and we've been talking about it for 10 years, the things he says. That's why it's not good.
Well, like I said, man, we're going to have to agree to disagree because the propaganda from the left is just as bad as the propaganda from the right.
Can you name the worst
And-
propaganda you can think of?
You know, I think Biden was, you know, the 50-year-old, the 50-plus year politician who sucked off the taxpayer tit for 60
He
years.
served the people for 60
he
years.
didn't serve. Come on now.
He
Let's be
rode the
real.
fucking train to work every day, dude.
He rode the gravy train off the taxpayer tit. His family are
don't get ri- he made-
multi-millionaires.
Yeah, from writing a book.
They're multi-millionaires.
From a book. From a book deal.
Okay, look.
From a $10 million
I was
book
kind
deal.
of agreeing with you're being delusional.
That is
Like,
literally the fact. If we could read his taxes.
The fact that you were defending a 60-year politician who enriched himself and his family, I mean, let's be honest, they all do it. But why would you defend it? If you know they all do it, both sides. I would never defend Biden because at least I can admit it. Like, are you kidding me?
No, none of this is same sizing. Trump got a $400 million jet, and all of a sudden you guys are way okay with free money and corruption in politics. But if Biden wrote a book and made $10 million, there's definitely something going on.
Biden, the Clintons, Obama, they're making millions, and they always have been off their
they do
political
speaking
influence.
arrangements. You make like $200,000 when you're a former president.
Ironically, if Trump did the same thing, you'd find an excuse to make it okay for them, but not for him.
No, Trump
and
sells,
that's the problem.
Trump sells shoes. He sells Bibles with his name on them,
Of course,
which is blasphemy.
it's corny as shit. I get it.
It's not corny. It's a grift. He's the grifter, and you're sitting here pointing at Biden like, oh, yeah, he's horrible. And Trump's selling watches, shoes, $2 bills, gold coins, perfume.
It blows my mind how you won't even give an inch. Like, you know what? A guy who's been in politics for 60 years,
That's
and
not
his
inherently
whole
bad.
family's multimillionaires.
Like, there's a way to
Interesting.
say that's inherently bad, but we can just look at his tax history.
It's
and
inherently bad.
It's not.
It's bad.
It's not. No, he worked. He served the people his whole life. He was a professor too. He taught law. He cared about the Constitution and the rule of law. Trump literally just tweets about throwing it all away. Doesn't even know if he has to follow the Constitution per one of his interviews.
When you're trying to convince America that the biggest problem and threat to the United States is white people shaming other white people because white supremacy is the worst problem, you have a problem. This country is not full of white supremacists like the left would make it out.
Have you read Twitter?
It's just not.
Have you seen? Literally, girls on Twitter are sig heiling. It's a trend.
So what? How many exactly? Like, look, it's hate speech is protected. Dickheads are going to be dickheads. Complain all you, but they're not shoving people on trains and taking them to concentration. These are not real Nazis.
They're just taking them to Florida, to the Everglades.
To what? Come on, bro.
No, they're just taking them to CCOT. They're taking them to CCOT. They're taking them to CCOT in El Salvador, where they have life sentences, and they see no lawyer, they see no judge, they get no phone calls, they get no recreational time, they get no education. They just stand there in a cell of like 60 people. That's what we do. We send the people there.
Do you know what we do to our American citizens in the prison system?
What?
It's 10 times worse than that.
No, it's not. Absolutely not.
No, it's
1,000%. No, there's not a single prison that's as bad as CCOT, period.
You are crazy.
Name a prison that's as bad as CCOT, tell me.
Bay. Huntsville,
Name a prison.
Come on, bro. I
live in
on.
Texas. You're going to tell me Huntsville? My uncle was in
Texas.
Huntsville. My uncle was in Huntsville for my whole life. No, it's not as bad as CCOT.
You know what's ironic? Is if you look at my TikToks of me and so I'm El Salvadorian. I'm actually a green card holder. I'm from El Salvador.
Oh my goodness gracious!
It is not what people make it. And what's ironic is
it's not like this.
No, the left loves to say
it's not like this.
No,
that's not a real picture.
So the MS-13 gang for that system. You know that El Salvador used to be one of the most violent countries in the world.
I'm not talking. I get Maduro.
System,
I know you guys love locking people up. I get that.
Because
and
of that
worse.
system.
It's so bad that it cleaned up. Yeah.
Dude, there's no way. There's no way you would live in El Salvador 5 years ago. There's no way.
I get that. You're justifying this horrible prison system, but I'm just saying it is, of course, horrible than
it's the prison
States.
System, not the coddling system. When you
so you admit it's worse
and
than the United
sex
States.
traffic women and children, you deserve that.
No, 90% of the people sent to CCOT had no criminal background in either country.
You know what that is? That's liberal propaganda.
Oh,
that's
okay.
just
Sorry, my
we're
bad.
the scary monsters.
Yeah. What can you tell me what crime was Abrego Garcia? What was he convicted of to be sent to CCOT?
So he was accused of
convicted, right? Trump's accused of 28 times of SA, right? So what was he convicted of?
Who whatever his name is?
Yeah.
I don't think he was convicted of anything.
Yeah, so he had no crime in either country.
I think he was in El Salvador. He was a wanted criminal.
No, he wasn't. He had no crime in either country.
How is it that you guys want to defend someone so bad? Even if they're rapists and sex traffickers, you just
Trump is an adjudicated rapist, and Abrego Garcia is not adjudicated of anything.
Okay, well, when this is all said and done and his story's over, I hope the DEA and the ATF release every document that this guy has done.
No,
everyone can see what a monster.
This is what Trump has done to you, right? So we have a grievance with how Trump is deporting people in secret to a prison for the rest of their lives with no due process. And instead of focusing on our grievances with his actions, Trump throws a curveball and he just runs a smear campaign on the man who is the victim. I can't believe you guys lose sight of what we're talking about so easily, but we're not talking about saving all these people who might be criminals. We're talking about Trump's ability to just send people to mysterious jails.
Well, like I said, I don't split hairs when it comes to the us versus you, us versus them.
This is my debate platform.
It's just the way it is. Like, there's nothing you can do or I can do to convince you or me otherwise. It's just always going to be that way. I've accepted that as just the reality of it.
That's not the reality. I have people all the time that come up here, and I had one last week. He was a large creator, says he no longer supports Trump. Plenty of people do deconstruction and do critical thinking and figure out that they've been lied to pretty harshly, and that this is all a joke, and that justifying this is exhausting for 8 years. So, I mean, you can do this all you want, but there's people listening that change their mind.
I'm sure it goes both ways. I've seen tons of messages where I don't know. I live in North Texas. We don't have many Democrats, liberals here, but I'm sure that there's quite a handful that have gone out and said, you know what, this just isn't for me. Harris wasn't for me. Tim Walz wasn't for me. People change. It is what it is.
Sure.
And like I said, I don't hate my fellow American by all means. Man, if you want to vote for whoever, I really don't care. I don't have personal issues with who people vote for, because that's your God-given right to vote who you choose and let the chips fall where they may. There's really not much you can do about it. Unfortunately, y'all lost. Trump won and his supporters, and maybe in the next election, you guys win, and then we have to deal with it like we had to deal with Biden. And like I said, it's never going to change. It's why I don't take it personal. People can call me whatever they want, and it doesn't faze me.
Listen, I get it. I'm here to debate, though, so you're not going to change my mind on debating anytime soon either.
Oh, no, I'm not. But you're not going to change people every corner saying, oh, well, this and that, and he's a terrible person, and people just don't care anymore. They just don't care.
That's not true. Maybe you don't, but yeah, some people do check out.
I'm the
and
only
some people
person out of 77.3 million people that decided, yeah, come on, let's be real.
No, I'm just saying that not everybody is like you.
No, but a majority are. They really are.
I guess, sure, I know. The messaging on the right is very effective, and what they've done is they say, we know how bad Trump is, but Biden and Kamala and Democrats, they're even worse. And then they give you all these weird things, Pizzagate, Hillary Clinton's emails, all these other things that in severity, in magnitude, they're like nothing compared to what Trump does every day. And that's the hill y'all are going to die on. I love that, and I love that you're up here saying this in front of a bunch of people too, because that helps me.
Of course. I mean, obviously, I said from the beginning, I won't be shamed in being an American in my choice. I won't be, I don't care. It's like that's what made it easy to support him, was the bullying from the left. You're this and you're like,
the bullying from the left. Trump literally calls people like you, like that you have bad genetics.
I just, man, you guys, your propaganda is insane.
Do you want me to just show you the video of him saying that?
Trump says a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah, I know, and it doesn't change your mind. That's why the cult allegations will never end.
It doesn't matter to me because he says dumb shit.
Super chatted $5. Texas has more Democrats registered than Republicans, so why does it always feel the other way around?
Yeah, why is it always red?
Gerrymandering.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I will give you that. I mean, common sense, of course. Of course. But I mean, would you say the same thing about California?
California has the ability. No, California can actually get 10 extra seats if they wanted to gerrymander.
Steve, this is where we disagree. You will never give an inch. You will never say one negative thing about your side.
No,
it's always Trump,
I've heard
Trump,
all
Trump,
of
Trump.
the talking points, and I've looked into them, and I have things to fire back on. There are common things that are misleading that I hear every day, just like you said.
So your side is void without any corruption, any problems. They are the most morally high politicians in the world, and Republicans are the worst. That's all I hear.
No, I think Republicans are like a 1 out of 10. I think Democrats are like a 4 out of 10.
I think getting rid of birthright citizenship is a terrible idea. I think not working to make the immigration system better for people is a terrible idea. They should have someone trying to help someone overhaul the immigration system so it makes it easier for good families to come here.
You don't see how they're perpetuating that?
What do you mean?
Like
by
even
what?
legal people with TPS are getting kicked out right now. 500,000 of them because Trump.
I just
has
don't
gone
believe that.
really. You don't believe that?
I don't believe it at all.
You don't
I
believe
don't.
that Trump literally had a Supreme Court decision on it?
I don't think people see it for what it really is. I don't think he's just run because I've been there and I just it hasn't
I've
happened
given you all these
to
things.
people around me.
You just
See,
don't
you've only
believe he's
seen it-
deporting
you-
500,000 people?
I don't believe it because you've never been there. I have.
Been where?
I've gone in and I lost my card 2 years ago and reapplied for it, got a new card, and nothing happened to me. The 50 people around me, nothing happened to them. Like we were in a courthouse, we were all getting our paperwork. Like I don't see it. I just hear about it from left-wing propaganda. I don't see it. I mean, Dallas is the closest one I go to. That's a pretty big city to be around a bunch of immigrants trying to legally get their paperwork. Not once have I seen that line of 400 people get raided. I've been in that line.
Why
I
would
know
we
what
need to
it's
do
like.
that if they're following the legal process?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they're following the legal process, then where are all these masked, scary people coming from? I didn't see it.
Trump
You know,
just dumped $140 billion into ICE. You're going to.
So we dumped $140 billion into ICE. How much money did Biden dump into the IRS?
For every
the
hold on.
IRS,
For every dollar we
they're the
spend in the
real
IRS, we get
criminals.
$5 to $9 back. So that's not a win for you.
It's unbelievable. You're even defending the. It's like
Yes.
It's like you worship the left.
What?
And
I
there's
worship
no-
facts. You literally heard about IRS and how bad they are, and you're like, I hate them. That's horrible. And then you look at the data, and it creates revenue for our country, and they go around
They're
fucking
terrible
chasing
for-
rich people down.